So let's go ahead and not waste any time. Let's start off. I think breaking voice has been happening for a long time. So idioms, I'm sure all of us know what idioms mean. A word is given or a sentence is given, but you can't take the literal sense of it. Okay. Literally, it will mean something different, but in the normal usage, it will be something else. So, can anyone tell me another idiom? Like a bird in the hand is what two in the bush. Can anyone tell me another idiom? Can anyone tell me another idiom? You don't have to chat GPT this or perplexity this. Normal idioms. Burn the midnight oil, right? Good. Burn the midnight oil. That's a good one. Uh, what is the other thing? Once in a blue moon. Oh, yes, this is also good. Once in a blue moon. Piece of cake. Oh, how nice. Piece of cake is good. Uh, very nice. Very nice. Kicked the bucket. There is no kicked the bucket. It is kick the bucket. Kick the bucket, which means leaving your life. Beat around the bush. Very good. On cloud nine, ecstatic. Piece of cake. Very easy. Good. Break a leg. Good luck. Raining cats and dogs. Heavy rain like yesterday. Keep an eye on. Notice. Spill the beans. Yes, spill the beans means letting out a secret. Good. So technically, we all know what is an idiom. We all can understand what is an idiom, right? So you will be asked questions based on idioms. Basically, two questions, idioms. Okay, which is very good. Cool. Now let's go to the next type of question. This is one word substitutes. I'm sure you've heard of one word substitution. Now, you have to find a simpler word or the right term for the sentence. Like, for example, a person who deals with uh, cardiology problems. Who is a person who deals with cardiological problems? A cardiologist. Very good. Heart problems, a cardiologist. Right. In the same way, if I say the study of uh, books, what is the study of books called? Anyone? A bibliophile is a person who likes reading books. Okay. The study of books itself is called bibliography. Yes, very good. It's called bibliography. Nice. So you have a basic idea of what is a one word substitution. A sentence is given, you have to find the most suitable substitute of one word or two words. Okay. So, what is the science of dealing with production control and the application of very low temperatures called? Any idea what is it called? Very low temperatures. Good. It is cryogenics. Right? What is cryogenics in simple words? If anyone has the habit of watching sci-fi movies, you would have heard this term cryogenics. Cryogeny is where things are frozen. Things are frozen below freezing points to retain something. When you freeze something uncontrollably below freezing point, it is called cryogenics. Cryo is cold, right? This gets me to the other point that we wanted to discuss. Generally, whenever you have questions based on uh, synonyms or antonyms, okay, not only for one word substitutions, even for synonyms and antonyms, there is this concept called as root words. Okay, there is this concept called as root words, wherein if you learn this, life becomes very easy to go ahead and understand at least 60% of words. I will not say that you will understand every word or you will be able to find every synonym and antonym, but at least 60% of words that you want to find a synonym or antonym for, you can do that using root words, the concept of root words. What are root words? Now, basically, English is a borrowed language, all right? So we have a lot of things that we have borrowed. A lot of words in English are borrowed. For example, cryo, right? Cryo. What does cryo mean? Cryo is something related to cold. Okay. Something related to cold is called cryo. Here you can see very low temperatures. Low temperatures are cold. So when you know certain root words, it becomes easy to understand what the meaning of the word is. Okay. For example, I'll give you something easy or something simple. If I say trilogy, can anyone tell me what does this mean? Trilogy. Trilogy is something which is there in three parts, right? Because what does tri mean? Tri means three, right? So whenever you go ahead and want to become better, yes, the more you read, the easier it is. The more you practice, the easier it is. All of that is there. But for us to understand certain words in a short span of time, it is always better that we concentrate on root words. Okay, because root words are something that help us in understanding what exactly is the word. Okay, and irrespective of where you use these root words, they always will mean the same. So try anywhere is try three, trilogy, tricycle, triathlon, uh, anything with tri means something which is related to three. Right. So can I have an example? Let's take an example. Let's take a word. Uh, let's take a word which has a no. This will become a prefix and suffix again. Mm, 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 mm. Have you heard of this word before? Credible. Ever heard of the word credible? It is a yes or no question, guys. Yeah, credible. What does credible mean? Something which is true or believable. Something which is true or believable. Here, cred is the root word. Cred means believe, right? Something that starts with cred means something which is believable. For example, uh, credulous. These are words that we generally don't listen to, but let's see. Credulous. What does credulous mean? Our willingness to believe something. When we want to believe something without proof, we are called being credulous. Right? Let's say incredible. Incredible is amazingly believable. Right? Got it? So, whenever we are doing something like uh, one word substitutes or synonyms and antonyms, okay, it is always easier or simpler to know about some kinds of root words. Not always, but most of the times, it is better that we know what are root words. Okay. We will see what are the different types that we can go on. You can go on to Google, you'll find a lot of root words in English. We will check into that. But for now, please keep in mind one word substitutions, synonyms, and antonyms. One simpler way of knowing is if we know root words. Cool. Now, let's go ahead and read the paragraph because you guys told me you've already done uh, reading comprehension. Let's go ahead and complete this and see how quickly we can go ahead and give the answer. So, for reading, you get less than a minute. Let's start. Are we done? If you're done reading, please type yes. Are we all done reading? Cool. So let's go to the questions. Which of the following factors does not affect the rate of growth in living beings? Very nice. Quicker, quicker, more people, quicker. Good. So if you go here, you can see the rate of growth depends on nutrition, living conditions, environment at home, but not skin tone. Good. What is the answer to question 4? The quantitative increase in size is called what? Yeah, good. Very good. Good. We can see increase in size. Where is it? Quantitative increase in size, growth. Nice. Maturation is directly related to blank of a human being. Very good. Very nice. Uh-huh. Very good. Very good. A. Functional capacity. Good. Now we come to the antonyms. What is the antonym of the word increase? Good. Diminish is reduce. When you go ahead and shorten something, make something smaller, or make something less, or reduce something, it is called diminish. Okay. So every time you will not find the exact meaning or antonym of the word. Here, if you say the antonym of the word increase, it should be decrease. Correct. It should always be decrease. But in synonyms and antonyms, they are related words. You won't have the exact synonym or antonym. Words which are closely related. Which of the following process occurs along with development and growth? Along with development and growth, what happens? It is maturation. Very good. Maturation is the process of growth. Maturity is when you reach that growth. Okay. When you have reached the end, that is maturity. The ongoing process is called maturation. Remember that. Fill in the blanks with the correct word from the given option. Okay. I see there is a slight uh, hmm. So some of you said option two, bought one for himself. Some of you said four, bought himself one. Right. Now, uh, technically, okay, let me tell you this. Technically, both are correct, or grammatically, both are correct. But there will always be some kind of difference, right? There is always some kind of difference. So, what is it? Did he get a new shirt? Yes, he bought one for himself. Okay. He bought one from himself. Very, very common, very, very simple, straightforward sentence. Did he get a shirt? Yes, he bought one for himself. But when do we use bought himself one? When do we use bought himself one? When he is gifting himself something, when he is rewarding himself something. Okay. For example, she passed with distinction marks. She bought herself a new dress. When someone is rewarding themselves, you say bought one. Or otherwise, you say bought one for himself. Okay. So the right answer will be two, even though four is also grammatically correct. But to be very precise, we will use two. The next time anyone has the urge of acting like a kid and drawing on the screen, thinking that I will not know who did it, please suppress that urge and please don't do it. Oh, really? You think just because you didn't add your name and your number is when I will not know who it is? How sweet. Just give me 1 minute, guys. I'm sorry, there was something urgent that I had to discuss with my team. Hmm. Okay, so identify the segment which contains the grammatical error. Here again, spotting the error is what is required whenever it comes to spotting the errors. Make sure you check the tenses, you check prepositions, you check articles, and you check verb forms. Basically, these are the problems where there will always be a error, right? Here you can see, as the experience of many countries has shown, prevention is better than cure. We can't say prevention is better than to cure because to as a preposition is not required there, right? Prevention is better than cure. Apart from spotting an error, this is also an idiom. Prevention is better than cure. It is also an idiom. So you should always make sure you have that in your mind. Okay. Question 10. Sentence improvement. What is the sentence? A good boss does not waste his valuable time finding faults with his subordinates. Hmm. A good boss does not waste his valuable time finding faults with his subordinates. Is it grammatically correct? Right? So, this is one simple concept of subject verb agreement. What is the subject verb agreement? A subject and a verb should match in number. So, here it says subordinates, plural. So, it has to be faults, plural. Okay. So, here option 4 will be correct, not option 2. He does not waste his valuable time finding faults of his subordinates is not necessary. That is not correct. Okay. What is correct is a good boss does not waste his valuable time finding faults with his subordinates. Subject verb agreement. That is what this is based on. Subject verb agreement. Good. Hmm. Okay. So, going by what we did until now, do you think the paper that you will get for Infosys will it be hard, or do you think it will be like okay, okay kinds? You have found the questions to be hard? Seriously. Forget about the hiring, forget about what others are telling you about how it will happen. I'm not asking you any of that. I'm asking you, we did 10 questions. Did you find the questions to be easy or hard? Mass hiring, basic hiring, person on person hiring. That's not what we are discussing about. Are the questions and finding answers to these questions easy or hard? How many of you think it is easy? Please give me a thumbs up if you think it is easy. Just give me a thumbs up if you feel it is easy. How difficult is that sentence? Hmm. Right? Cool. Now please stop. How many of you think it is not easy, but it is moderate? People who think it is moderate, go ahead and give me a moderate. Just type in moderate. Okay, so most of us find the questions to be easy. Ten people find it to be moderate, right? Which is fine. That is also cool. That is not a problem. Now comes the hard question. How many of you think the questions are really difficult? If you find the questions to be difficult, just type in difficult. How many of you honestly felt that the 10 questions that we did were difficult or hard? This is out of question. They are very hard. How many of you felt that way? No one? No one felt it was hard. So most of us thought it is easy to moderate, but no one thinks these questions are hard. Is that correct? Yeah. Only one person says yes. Ah, two, right. Correct? Good, good. Okay. I'll tell you something. I've been telling this to you for a very long time. I'll tell it again. Perception should be individualistic, right? So don't think about what others tell you. Mass hiring, too many people, too many colleges. These are not the things that you should worry about. What you should worry about is when I am given an option, will I be able to answer? And when I answer, will I be able to answer correctly? Will my answers be correct? That is the only thing that you need to learn, right? The other thing that you should concentrate on is when I'm giving the right answer, how long is it taking for me? Am I able to give the answer instantly? Am I taking some time? Am I going through a problem? Am I taking a longer time? Time factor. That is what you need to keep in your mind, not about anything else. Okay. We are old enough to understand that we know things, but sometimes we tend to forget things. How to overcome our forgetfulness, that is what we need to concentrate on. And Infosys, as big a company as it is, it gives a lot of people chances. You guys also told me mass hiring goes on, right? It means it gives everyone a opportunity. Everything that remains is how you take that opportunity. Will you take that opportunity in the negative, or will you take it in a positive way and give your best? Okay. So that being said, let's go to question 11. Fill in the blanks. A sentence is given with a part of it missing. Choose the phrase that can be placed in the blank to make the sentence meaningful. Older people and people with pre-existing medical conditions such as asthma, diabetes, and heart disease appear to be more blank to become severely ill with the virus.
This is again synonym and antonym only. If you look at it that way, it is more of vocabulary. It is synonym or antonym. You have to see which word fits, right? What does vulnerable mean? Someone or something which can be harmed, right? Someone or something which can be harmed, attacked, uh, diminished, changed, physically, emotionally. You can take anything. Okay. So vulnerable is something which becomes easy to harm. What is stronger? Easy to harm or hard to harm? Stronger is hard to harm. Immune. What does immune mean? Unchanged. What does immune mean? Unchanged. Hard to change. Resistant. If you take it in health terms, immunity is your ability to resist anything, to stop any bacteria or pathogen to infect us. Immune is again stronger. Here they are saying people with pre existing medical conditions can become ill with the virus. So the answer will be vulnerable. Okay. The answer will be vulnerable. Good. Uh, what is this called? Jumbled sentence. The first part of the sentence is given. You need to find the sequence of sentences. So, how do you find the answer? Last sentence should be S. Yes. But like someone saying, if the last part of the sentence should be S, then there are two answers, RPQS, PRQS, both of them should be there, right? So, point number one, whenever you want to go ahead and find the right order, okay, when you want to find the right order of any jumbled sentence question, any jumbled sentence question, okay, the first thing that you need to keep in mind is what is my common sense telling? What will be the first part of the sentence which will follow, right? Very, very basic. Copying and pasting will help, yes, but what does my common sense say? What does my common sense say? When I was inside, this will take a longer time when I tell this, but when you do it personally, it will take a less amount of time because you do it in your mind. I am speaking out loud and telling it to you. You do it in your mind, so it will take very less time. When I was inside, and I go and see what comes next, struggling with maths, and that can be right. Struggling with maths and chemistry. Do we have any place where the first part is P and then Q? The first part, the first. Do we have P and Q anywhere? You have RP, PR, RP, RS. Okay. Now I can go ahead and tell you, look at the sequence. Where do people learn language? Is it in the classroom or no? And I can give you that explanation. But common sense. Go one sentence at a time, you will know what comes next. When I was inside chemistry, can you be inside chemistry? No, you can't. When I was inside the classroom in Cambodia, that is one option. When I was inside temporary scaffolding, that will not be right. So S won't come, Q won't come. It is either P or R. Okay. Now, if it has to be P, the next logical sentence should be Q. Do we have P after Q? P in the first place, Q in the second place? No. It is R and then P. So when I was inside the classroom in Cambodia, struggling with math and chemistry, my father was constructing a temporary scaffolding on the campus grounds. So RPQS, the sequence, common sense. It is very simple. Why people get confused is less time. When you are given a less amount of time to give more answers to more number of questions, that is when people get confused. They struggle. Okay. So please be very careful when we discuss about or when you are answering questions based on uh, jumbled sentences. Just one thought, a simple thought. Will this be correct? Is this the right sequence? Like someone very truly said, is this the right sequence? You're able to find the right sequence and it makes sense to you? Nothing like it. Again, finding the error. We already did this once before. So let's go ahead and see if we are able to do it again. So these are one, two, three, four parts, three parts of a sentence. Is there a mistake in any part? One, two, or three? If there is no grammatical mistake anywhere, we will have to select option 4. This is where our knowledge of grammar comes into picture. So what are the famous answers? Oh, only 2 people answered. How nice. More number of people, please. Uh-huh. Okay. Very good. Hmm. That's all? No more answers? Exclamatory mark is correct. Exclamatory mark is not the error. Hmm. Okay. So point number 1, the mistake is not the exclamation. Okay. So let's see. Before we go into this question, how many of you did parts of speech? I heard you guys learned parts of speech. Yes, no? Yeah. Okay. Now comes the complicated question. How many of you liked it? How many of you liked your parts of speech thingy or whatever you learned? Okay, no answers. Good people. Okay, I'll tell you why. Okay, fine. Let's keep that aside. Now, the growing popularity. Is there a mistake there? No. Of electronic books has. This is one question where, or one part of the sentence where the error might be there. Correct? Electronic books is plural, has is singular. Distance the masses from the pleasures of a real book. Again, that is also correct. So, where is the mistake? One, two, three, or no error? Based on what we said, where is the mistake? Option two. Okay. Now, I'll tell you why parts of speech or nouns are important. Okay. Subject. Here, the subject in the sentence is not electronic books. The subject in this sentence is popularity. Now, is popularity singular or plural? You guys check and tell me, is popularity singular or plural? Go on. Very good. Okay. Popularity is singular. You can't count popularity. So it's an uncountable noun. So there is no plural for it. It is singular. Okay. Now, if the subject is singular, the verb also has to be singular. So what is the verb in this entire sentence? We have a helping verb. The helping verb is has. Right. So technically, if you read part by part, you will think that option two is where there is a error. But to be honest, there is no error in the sentence. Okay.